Guys, it's Alicia and I'm back here with another process video. I did some pre-work, so I'm just showing you what I did. I took a regular piece of cardstock, that orange cardstock, and I cut an 8-inch circle out of it, and then I divided that into, um, several pieces, and I took one of the pieces and I cut out different pattern papers from Maggie Holmes by just tracing that piece on the back and then hand cutting it out with my scissors here. And um, I really had this idea in my head, and I don't own a Cameo. I really want one. I go back and forth on the fence. I mean, I know if I had one, I would definitely use it. I would think, I hope, and you know, I could do a lot of things with it. It's just, I don't know. It's an expensive purchase. I don't know. I don't know. So, anyways, I accidentally only cut out six, and I needed two more. I'm not the greatest at math. And so I cut out two more, and I'm just kind of trying to arrange them. I'm looking for a distress ink right now, so sorry about that computer. I usually set my computer on the thing, my drawer that holds some of my distress inks now. So, yeah, sorry about that, but I will be done in a second. So I'm going to end up using frayed burlap, and I'm just going to go around the edges of these little pieces of this circle. Kind of like a pie chart design, I guess you could say. And it's definitely not perfect. So if you're thinking about doing this type of design, I mean, I don't think it has to be perfect. I don't know. That's just me though. So, yeah, I distressed those and I'm going to go ahead and start adhering them down. I'm going to adhere every other one because I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to pop every other one up on dimensionals on foam tape, but I do end up doing that, so I'm glad that I just adhered every other one. And there's really no rhyme or reason to the way that I, arranged the different pattern papers. It was just like I didn't want two of the black, pattern papers together, that type of thing. But so I'm going to go ahead and put some foam tape, which is the thinnest adhesive or, like dimensional adhesive that I have. Um, on those, and it just adds enough. I mean, it's always hard to tell on camera, but it just adds enough dimension. And then I'm also going to like spread those out from the circle a little bit so that it's not a perfect circle. And when you do that, it kind of helps to, like if you didn't cut everything perfectly the same, which I definitely didn't, it kind of helps to hide some of that. And I should mention the background paper is a really old crepe paper. Well, it's from the DIY, the first DIY collection that they came out with. Um, I think it's American Crafts that maybe has DIY now, but it's the DIY collection by Cray Paper, and that's one of my favorite papers in that collection was that kind of like different colored Polaroidy looking one. So anyways, I was going to use two photos, but I'm going to save the other one for something else because I didn't want to cover up too much of that circle and those patterns. So I'm just going to go with one 4x4 photo, which I'm going to end up cutting down to fit in this frame from Open Book. I've really been loving using those. So I just stuck it on there and I'm just trimming the excess off. And again, I'm sorry this is crooked. I bumped the thing my camera sits on and I will straighten it out eventually. But so I'm grabbing another frame to layer behind it, and then I'm going to grab a little slide to kind of also put on the layout. And Olivia was trying to pick out some frames too. So, so I'm going to end up putting that other frame down there. She was trying to really pick out a lot. I'm going to put that other, it's a slide, it's just a solid chipboard piece that comes in that pack. Um, I'm going to end up putting that right there. So that's kind of going to be how that is. And I've started embellishing, so I pulled out the confetti die cut embellishments, except for that sheet that says guest check. That is actually from flea market, and it's just been floating around. It hasn't been in the container I keep my flea market stuff in, so it's just been floating around. So I'm going to use it on this layout. I really wanted to use that big turquoise camera die cut, but I didn't want to cover too much of it up, and I knew I wanted to just have some layers on this layout. So I'm just tucking in different paper die cuts. I'm going to use that pink and gold glitter flower to the right of the photo, And I thought about using that bow, but I'm going to end up going with something different in a little bit. So yeah, just doing what I do. And the leaves there from that confetti pack I'm going to use. Those are probably my favorite embellishments from that die cut pack are the leaves that were in there. They're just so pretty. So there's also another little ticket ephemera under the picture on the left from confetti. So just kind of setting everything where I want it, and I'm going to go ahead and start from the top layer and try to adhere everything that way so that I don't disturb anything too much. So that's all I'm doing here. And I have to add a little foam tape in certain areas just so it sits level with the page. And I didn't adhere that bow down because I did want to have a look at the chipboard because I knew there was probably a bow on there and I would have rather used that. So, yeah, I pulled out this Craft Market sticker sheet and I'm going to, what am I going to do? Oh, I went ahead and pulled out these chipboard sheets that I have. So I knew I seen a bow on there and that one's like a gold foil bow. So I'm going to use that one instead on top of that frame. Um, yeah, and just going through like confetti, craft market, notes and things. And I'm just going to start playing around with some different chipboard pieces. Um, I'm going to use that little heart from the craft market chipboard. And now I'm going to take out this notes and things and I'm going to use several pieces off here. Um, you're going to see me pull a bunch up and down and up and down and stuff, but I do end up using a few pieces off there. So I believe I am, what is that? Yeah, I'm going to use that gold foil star. I'm going to layer that on top of that heart. And I'm going to use this kind of wonky-ish arrow. The photo frame says lovely, and so I'm just, positioning that arrow so that the lovely, and then it points to my daughter. And then that mint butterfly with the gold foil polka dots on it, I'm going to layer over that arrow. So just trying to put everything down here. And I haven't pressed that bow all the way down yet because I felt like it needed something layered underneath it. Oh, I've been waiting to use this cute kid ribbon, so I'm going to use that and tuck it under there. Um, that's from the Craft Market sticker sheet. And I'm going to go through a bunch of different labels before I just commit to one. Like, it's not that serious of a situation. I don't know. I just enjoyed playing though with this layout and just, moving embellishments around and stuff like that. So that's the label I'm going to settle on. It just adds a nice little touch of pink, down in that corner. And so that's going to be layered under there. And I'm going to take this label, which has gold foiling around it. It's just a little journaling spot, and stick it up there so that I can eventually do my journaling up there. And I'm done with those. I'm going to grab this Mombi pack that I've been using a lot lately, and I'm just going to grab these tiny little circle stickers, and I'm just going to put 2015 on that frame that's framing the photo. I feel like I've been putting 2015 on every layout I do, which I have been. I don't know. I do actually put the actual date of this photo later on, but I don't know. I just like doing that, I guess. And I was gonna try to add some of those word stickers or phrase stickers, whatever you call them, but I'm not gonna end up adding them from there. So now I'm just going through this little tray of embellishments that I have, and oh yeah, it's Jen had sent me a pocket letter, and she had these sequins in there that are in that cute glassine bag, and I'm just pulling out like a ton of them. They're really pretty. They're almost like the color of that Tombow runner, my tape runner that's sitting there to the right, um, but a little you know, a little lighter, and they have a little iridescent like sheen to them. They're really cute. So I'm going to pull out like a ton of them, and I'm going to spread those like on a diagonal. And then I'm also going to grab some word strips here. Those are from a cut apart from Style Board, and I'm just going to grab a few of them. And I really like doing that, like layering the phrase bands or stickers or whatever on my layout. So I have a couple there. And then I pulled out this wood veneer, and I really had intentions of using it there. I was going to throw like some paint or something maybe on it. And then I move it later on in the layout and I forget to put it back on, so it doesn't make it on this layout. It's kind of a bummer. So I'm just adhering these down, and you can kind of see how I have those sequins spread out on a diagonal. Um, I, I'm going to pop that middle phrase up just to add a little dimension up there. And so this is how I'm showing you how I'm adhering all these little ones instead of using just glue. I threw them on like a glue dots roll that I had, and it was just easy. I just threw them on there, one per little tiny glue dot, and then I just peeled them off like little stickers and stuck them down. That was the easiest way I could think to adhere these tiny, tiny little sequins because they're pretty small, those ones. So just putting those down, and then I'm going to grab some of my clear ones, which I have been obsessed with lately also. I am in desperate need of finding new ones, so I just need to get online and look. You see, I was trying to experiment with some different colors because I'm running so low on the clear ones, but I'm like, no, it's the only one that will satisfy me right now. So I just threw a few on here. Like I said, they don't add any color obviously because they're clear. It's just they just add a little something special for me. I don't know. I don't know what it is. So I'm gonna grab some glue to put those ones down, and I was having trouble with this quick stick thingy. I often do have trouble with it, so I'm gonna end up just grabbing my tweezers. I don't know why. It's like I see everyone else using it and they're like, I can't live without this tool. Every time I try to use it, I don't know, maybe I need the new a new refill of the gummy stuff or something. I'm not sure. But anyhow, I went back to my tweezers, and I'm just using those to put everything down here. Put the clear sequins down. And what am I going to do next? I think I'm going to work on my title. So I knew I wanted it to go. Oh, I'm going to trim off this little excess here. And for some reason, I didn't feel like throwing that little gold strip away, so I just stuck it down there. I don't know. That's not really a major part of the layout, but anyways, I'm going to use these gold thickers. I used them on a previous layout, and they're just sitting out with this all this crepe paper stuff I have out, so it's like I just had grabbed for them again. And I knew I wanted my title to go around this, you know, like circular area, and I didn't quite know how. You know, it was like so upside down there. So what I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to flip them right side up, but still follow that circle. And since these are so skinny, which I love, I could spell out my daughter's whole name plus my and fit it on one little triangle. So I was happy about that. So it just says my Olivia, pretty creative, right? And that's where that is going to go. And I think I'm going to go grab a date stamp now. And I'm going to use one that's from, oh, yeah, I was looking up the date quick. I'm going to use one from Pebbles. I don't know the collection, but it has a lot of sentiments on it about little girls. And so I'm going to use a sentiment that says heaven sent, followed by the date. And I'm just going to use that same distress ink that I distressed the triangles of the circle with, or the pieces of the circle with. And I'm going to stamp it over there. I just wanted to make sure it fit. I didn't know really where I wanted to put it, so I settle over there, just testing it out because stressing, you know, works differently with different types of stamps. So yeah, just double stamp that over there, and I'm going to lay some adhesive down so that die cut lays flat again. And I'm going to end up doing a couple sprinkles with the Heidi Swap Gold. Just pretty minimal, nothing too crazy. If I ever come back. Oh, yeah, that will be the last step I do. But I was trying to do some journaling. That's where I went. I couldn't find any of my slick writers. I don't know if my kids have been stealing them or what, but I knew I needed a slick writer to write on that sticker, and I don't have a brown one, so I ended up going with like a gray one. Um, and just doing just a tiny bit of journaling. Little note to Olivia if she ever happens to run across this layout. I'm sorry if you can hear that alarm. My phone alarm is going off and it's in the other room, so I don't want to get up and go get it. It will stop in a second. So yeah, just grabbing a scrap and doing the sprinkles, and I'm going to sop them up a little bit, and then there's going to be some really quick close-ups, and then some stills at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. I had a lot of fun making it. It was just am loving working with this crepe paper stuff. So again, I know I'm just repeating myself, but I'm sorry if you're getting tired of me looking at it. I think I am going to start diving into some other collections that I have purchased recently, like the Amy Tan and poolside and things like that. So just bear with me, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.